basically calling just for one purpose only, and that is to say that because it has become clear, just like Sergeant O'Day said to me when I explained the situation, he said, "Look, it makes two of us here that don't seem to understand what's going on. We've got neighbors who I've clearly linked to my parents in a plot to assassinate me. It seems like some of the police are aware of this. It seems like others aren't. And I've mentioned that part of what they are doing, in addition to chemical warfare and exposing me to different biological agents, bacteria, things of that nature that I had to, heal from, attempt to go to the hospital to heal from, and then get confined at the hospital. I was told that I was the first person to walk out alive from the situation that I was in. And so, because all of these things have been occurring in what honestly seems to be a conspiracy, what I am calling to tell you is that it seems like I'm going to have to take matters into my own hands. Now, what that means is not anything to do with weapons. I don't possess any weapons. I used to have a taser, but I threw it out because I thought, you know what, someone who lives by the sword dies by the sword, like in the Bible. So what I'm getting at is that I am going to refuse to allow this to continue as a sovereign civilian, because the police appear to be making a mockery of this.
Let me transfer you to our dispatch. This is records. Let me just transfer to our dispatch.
Well, see, I don't need someone else, coming out here to simply make fun of me in the same fashion.
Sheriff's Office.
Well, hi. I was transferred here. This is Krista Hauer. Now, the reason that I was calling is because it appears that some police officers are aware of this strange plot to harm, harass, and ultimately assassinate me, and others are not aware of this plot. What my own mother said to me after stating that, that they had it in for me, in their words, that they wanted to kill me. She said, "It seems like the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing, huh?" Kind of like a joke, saying, "Okay, we've got everybody confused, Krista, so you don't stand a chance." What I'm simply stating is that because it seems like either the police department is confused or doesn't know how to help, what Sergeant O'Day said was that, I'm also at a loss for this. I'm sorry that I don't have a better course of action for you with what this seems to be involving, this bizarre alien type things or supernatural things, waking up with injection marks, which are from large hypodermic syringes, waking up with markings on my foot that look very strange like that. What I was trying to tell, what I was saying is that, look, I'm just going to have to take things into my own hands, meaning defending myself as a citizen, and I want to make you guys aware of that.
As far as defending yourself, you're always welcome to do what you need to do to be safe, and that's about as good an answer as I can give you on that. If you want to actually talk to an officer about what your, how far you can go and what exactly you can do without being in trouble yourself, I can definitely have someone contact you, and you don't have to necessarily give them all this context. You can even just say, if I'm approached on the street, what can I do? And an officer will be happy to talk to you about what you can or can't do in a situation like that.
Okay.
If that's what you're looking for, if I understand your question.
Yeah. Well, I don't own any weapons.
Right.
I have a little. I have, it's one of those little camping multi-tools. I have one of those, but I don't have any weapons that I know of. So
that's why I'm going to have an officer give you a call. I don't know if they'll necessarily be able to give you suggestions for items you could own. Like pepper spray and things like that are perfectly legal and quite effective for the most part. And as long as you're not hunting down people with pepper spray, I mean, if you use it as
No, what I mean is that you see, it seems like every time someone is yelling things at me through my window, I've said this before, I'll go out to tell them to go away, but because there is no video or audio of them starting it, then nobody has the proof. And again, it's like my mom, who's apparently some Chevron big shot who is, it seems like she's got it out for me and for my brother, but keeps my brother locked in a room. He's 25 years old. It makes no sense whatsoever. And so, I don't want to make life hard for you guys. I just want to say, what I mean is not necessarily what you would call self-defense in a physical fashion, but more in a quote psychic fashion, because many of these attacks that aren't biological or chemical in nature appear to involve, things that I know you're not allowed to talk about on the phone, or period, what you'd call HARP technology, frequency-based attacks, targeting individuals, or like I used to work for
yeah,
that's no, it's not outside the scope of your knowledge. It's outside the scope of what you're allowed to talk about. So I understand that.
You're here when I'm not actually sure what you're talking about. Right
okay. Well, HARP
like
is frequency-based attack that our government has had access to. You can look up MK Ultra if you're not sure about that. Our government has been experimenting with mind control since the 50s. So
we've kind of reached the point where I'm not going to be able to help you.
So yeah, the idea is that I know you can't help me. So the idea is I will have to fight back against corrupt police officers, and I'm telling you that.
Krista.
And by fight back, I mean in the same frequency-based methods.
Krista, let me get your phone number here, okay? What's your number?
Yeah, my number is 925-548-5946. The way these attacks are propagated is via frequency. That is the number right now.
What's your home address?
That's okay, we don't need someone coming out here because...
No, nobody's going to come to your house, Krista. I'm just going to have an officer call you, that's all.
Okay, we can do this over again. 245 Reflections Drive, number 21, San Ramon, California, 94583. Okay. And so, because I'm a good citizen...
I can't help you any further.
No, I know that you can't help me, but because I'm a good citizen, what I'm saying is that these frequency-based attacks, I will have to fight back against using my own frequency, quote, based attack. Good. Let's see if somebody calls me back, guys, because this is how the red-tailed hawk is. The red-tailed hawk doesn't just, go in for the kill. The second animal that I have is a great horned owl. But first, the red-tailed hawk says, "Oh, okay. I'm gonna warn you guys. You have fair warning. Either figure yourselves out, or this hocus pocus that you're talking about is gonna hit you in the head and you might not wake up." And that was what Ashtar was telling me, that, Krista, yes, it's true what the Yael told you. You do have abilities like this, and that is why you are part of our military. And because this is escalating above the police, eventually, he's saying this is going to escalate above the police. They're going to see, okay, this one's part of military, basically, and we're going to have to start taking her seriously, because she really has some powerful ability over this, and we can either fight the ascension process and get ourselves killed via our own frequencies, or we can listen to her and ascend. We can listen to the other star seeds. We can listen to all of our kids and ascend. And speaking of children, we might just have an announcement, but I'll save that potentially for another episode of Arcturian Philosophy. Blessings to you all.